Can anybody else hear that? I'm always curious. It's my speaker said to me, recording in progress. Did you all hear that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I was just curious if it was something everybody could hear or if it was something only I could hear. Well, welcome everybody to this workshop on visualization and manifestation. And we're excited to do this and tie it in with Ageless Grace and the Ageless Grace tools. And many of you probably know some things about affirmations, for example, or about visualization, or about techniques to manifest. And of course, one of the most famous is the Law of Attraction, which has been a book and a movie. And we did send you with an email that went out yesterday. I believe Leah sent it to everyone, a little handout that looks like this. And it's an 8-week process for manifesting, attracting, through doing things like affirming and visualizing, creating vision boards, those types of things. And we'll go through them one by one as we go. But the first thing that I want to point out is many of you may be thinking, well, what does Ageless Grace have to do with manifestation and visualization? And what it does, has everybody here done Ageless Grace before? Everybody? Yep. Okay. What it does is we're using a high percentage of our time when we're doing the Ageless Grace tools in visualizing, in imagining. And I think you all know that a wonderful book by Norman Doidge called The Brain That Changes Itself said that they took MRIs and they showed that imagining something, visualizing it, and actually doing it light up the same parts of the brain. So there's a great power in imagining and in visualizing as well as actually doing. And you put the two together and it's sort of like a double whammy. So we're doing that all the time in Ageless Grace, imagining, visualizing, actually doing, acting it out, even though we're not really hitting a ball with a baseball bat, or we're not really climbing a ladder. We are imagining that we are, and we're acting it out. And that's a powerful way to release neurons or brain cells. And it's a powerful way to create neural pathways. And once you create a neural pathway of an image or a picture that you have in your mind, and it actually goes to body parts, then it is very strong and powerful. And that allows you to have the support of your brain and your body in accomplishing and manifesting whatever it is that you would like to manifest. So I just thought I'd take a second or two and explain, what does this have to do with Ageless Grace? And you'll see we're going to use some fun tools, Lana and I, to make this happen. And I think, does anybody not know me or Lana? Okay, good. I don't see any hands. So we don't really need to introduce ourselves then. You know who we are and what we do and what we care about and what we believe. So the first thing that I want to do is tell you just a little bit about that handout that we sent to you in the mail, and it's called a 3-day start before you put this program into effect for 8 weeks. And obviously you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but if you want to, it's pretty cool. And each of the 8 steps represents a week and what you would want to do that week. But at the beginning, it tells you what we said in our email, that you might want to get yourself in the right headspace, so to speak, by journaling, maybe reading success stories from other people, maybe watching TED Talks from people who motivate you, maybe reading something from an author that inspires you. The thing is, what we want you to do is to become hopeful and excited and create energy inside you around what it is that you want to manifest. Lana pointed out last night that when we were practicing, that it would be real important for us to remind you that we want you to pick one thing for today that you want to manifest. You don't have to share it. You don't have to say it out loud, but we want you to focus on one, because if you say, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to do that, just like it sounded, that's scattered and going in lots of different directions. And what we want you to do is focus on one thing, take one step at a time. And then when that one thing is manifest, then you can work on manifesting something else, but pick one thing. And I like to say that when I've noticed across the course of my life, I'm 69, so I've had a few years to practice, that when I manifest something, when I say I'm going to manifest something, when I start to make it happen, that staying with it, staying excited about it, staying positive, staying inspired is what's really important. And there's so many techniques we're going to give you for doing that, in addition to some Ageless Grace tools you can do that will remind you through the body and through the brain what it is that you're working on. They're reminders. When we use our hands or feet or leg or spine in a certain way, and when we connect the brain and the body together, they're reminders to us about, this is what I'm working on. This is what I am manifesting. This is what I am attracting into my life. So I've also noticed that the first thing that pops into my mind is usually the right one. Sometimes I'll think, oh, that's too silly. Oh, that's too small. And then I go, no, that's the first thing that came to me. There's a reason why that popped into my brain right away. So the first thing we're going to do is just a little meditation to ground us, to center us, to bring us into being present with ourselves and with each other. Even though we might be on Zoom, we're still together here in the Zoom room. So what I would love for you to do is literally make a triangle with your hand. And those of you who do Nia know that we've done this many times in Nia, a triangle. And the triangle is the strongest geometric symbol, the strong base, the strong bottom, and then the top that points upward into the realms of the mind, into the realms of the heaven, into the realms of the spiritual. And then don't look at me, look at your own triangle. And I would like you to take that one thing that you want to manifest, that you want to attract, and I want you to visualize it, see it inside that triangle. And when you can see it really clearly, breathing through the nose, I would like you to breathe in what you just put in that triangle so that it becomes part of you. Breathe it in. Beautiful. And when you're ready, don't close your hands. Leave them open, ready to receive whatever comes to you today to help you attract and manifest what it is you want to attract and manifest. And by the way, no goal or dream is too small. I mean, it could be something as simple as, oh man, I want to clean out that junky drawer in my kitchen. That's fine. That's a wonderful goal. That's perfectly fine. It could be that you want to write a book. It could be that you want to run for office. I hope you do, because you're all good people. It could be anything. It doesn't matter what it is. You might want to attract a person into your life, a person to publish your book, a person to have a romantic relationship with. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is, but focus on that one thing today throughout what we're doing. And Lana's going to start off the first tool and the first information about finding your life's purpose, what you want to manifest.
Okay, so hi everybody. First of all, I'm so excited to be presenting once again with Denise. I think this is our 5th presentation altogether, our 3rd this year. And you know, what can I say about Denise? I mean, it's just an honor and an honor and a privilege to be here, to, you know, be in the same stage. And I just love her. And she's a mentor, a friend, and a guide, and just an amazing person who helped me find my brain 12 years ago. So I owe a lot to her. By the way, Denise, I heard about 1/3 of what you said. It was all cut out. So I'm hoping you're all going to be able to hear me.
So you're coming across loud and clear right now. If for some reason Lana goes in and out because they're in the middle of a storm, in case you didn't hear that, kind of wave your hands like this, and we'll know that you can't hear her.
Also, I'm going to make a request to Marlene. Marlene, please mute yourself because there's some noise coming from there. We'd appreciate it. Thank you. So, thank you. We are going to do 8 tools today, 8 Ageless Grace tools. And we're going to, they're going to be law of attraction and manifestation and visualization oriented, because the whole idea is we want to be able to see and hear and taste what we are manifesting. That is really important. And I'm just reiterating what Denise said, but in different words. So one of the things we want to do is truly, through our music and our movement today, feel that one thing that you saw in the triangle, and feel it in a way through our movement and through our brain and through our visualization in a way perhaps that you never have done Ageless Grace before, because you're focusing on the movement and you're focusing on the fun and you might be jamming and singing and so on, which is all great. But today we have the focus of that one thing that we are manifesting on. I'm going to start today with Breathe Out Loud. And those of you who are familiar with Ageless Grace know that this is the only tool of the 21 tools where we do not use music, because our voice and our breath are our music. And so we are going to really manifest through our affirmations. And when you affirm something, it's something that's really powerful, because we are what we think. That's the most potent vibration in the world, is your thought. And once you think it, and then you say it, and then it goes through your respiratory system, your heart, your brain, and every part of you, then you have a far greater expectation for it to happen. And it does. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later with my manifestation. So we're going to start with Breathe Out Loud. And I encourage you to do this so that you truly have a sense of your voice, your thought, what you say. Try and really get it in your brain that it's really purposeful, that it's not just words that you're saying, but the words are meaningful and purposeful and about your destiny, because this is your destiny that you are affirming, whether it's wanting to be healthy or wanting to be wealthy or wanting to be wise or desiring a partner in life or a new project, whatever it is, you want to see it, feel it, and hear it, but with Breathe Out Loud, particularly through what you're saying and your...
Oops. Lana, you just disappeared. Yeah, she went off the screen. They're having a lot of storms there. Tracy just went off, and so did Lana, both of them.
Can you mute everybody? Because someone's not muted.
Yeah, Lillian's, let's see, who is not muted? Now it looks like everybody is except Lana.
There is a woman and 2 women's faces that keep popping up on the screen. I don't know who they are, but it keeps coming up on my screen and then it goes off in a little square. If anybody knows.
It's Marlene's for some reason, but it's back on. I'm in another room now because I froze, and yes. I'm hoping this is going to be a little more friendly. So, I am healthy.
I am healthy.
Thank you. I want you to really mean it, mean what you say, and say what you mean, and say it out loud. I am healthy. Give me the action. I am healthy. I am healthy. I am healthy. Healthy am I.
Healthy am I.
Healthy am I. Healthy am I.
Healthy am I. Healthy am I. Healthy am I. Healthy am I.
I am abundant.
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 I'm abundant.
I am abundant.
I'm full of
I
life.
am abundant.
I'm full of
I'm full of
life.
life.
I'm full of
I'm
life. I'm vibrant.
I'm full of life.
I'm vibrant.
Vibrant.
You're
I'm
happy.
vibrant.
You're happy.
You're happy.
You're happy.
I'm
You're
happy.
happy. You're
I'm
happy.
happy. You're happy.
healthy. You're healthy.
You're healthy.
You're
You're
healthy.
happy.
You're
healthy.
wealthy. You
You're
are wealthy. You are wealthy.
You're wealthy.
You are wise.
You're wealthy.
Wise.
You're
Wise.
wise.
Wise. Healthy.
Happy.
Happy. Joyful.
Joyful.
Yeah. How does that feel? Thumbs up? Good. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? So, okay. We're in the other room. That's good. I think it's better in here.
Yep.
We'll hope for the best. Oh, except my music's in the other room. So Denise, keep talking. I'm going to bring my music in here and we're going to do grab bag next.
Good deal. So when you do these movements, I think Lana's.
Denise, can you mute Marlene?
I did.
There we go. So when we do these, just like Lana said, when you say this, say it like you mean it. Say it with a conviction. Say it with an attitude of it is already accomplished. And so that's how we also want you to do these tools today. We're going to be doing grab bag, team fit, and power tools. We're going to do front row orchestra, dive in, zoology, and spelling bee. And as you do them, don't just say, oh, I'm having fun. Oh, this is fun. Isn't this nice? Really say, I am doing this for a purpose. I am doing this to manifest what I want. I'm really taking hold of what I want. So put conviction in your movements as well as in your words. Now we have everyone is muted, so you can be as loud as you like. We've learned that it's nice to hear everybody talking and making sounds, but at the same time, a lot of people are a little shy about that, or it gets to be too loud and overwhelming and you can't hear, for example, what Lana's saying or what I'm saying. So we have everyone muted, which means you're alone in your own Zoom room as far as the sound goes. So you can be as loud as you like, and again, as full of conviction as you like. Many of you may have gone to sporting events, for example, in your life, and there are cheerleaders usually there, and we like to smile about cheerleaders and say, oh yeah, they're cheerleaders, but guess what their purpose is? Their purpose is to keep everybody's energy up, keep them focused on what's the goal. The goal is to win the game. Their energy is to keep people that are playing in the team or on the team and in the game full of anticipation, full of believing that they can make this happen. And so cheerleading yourself is a wonderful thing to do too. You're encouraging, you're cheering on yourself, maintaining and sustaining what it is you want. We all know, you don't have to raise your hands, I can't tell you how many new things I have begun in my life with the total belief that I was going to do it for like 365 days, or I was going to do it for 4 weeks every day. And very often I didn't follow through. I didn't actually complete it. My energy, my anticipation, my excitement about what it was I wanted to accomplish was starting to diminish or wane because real life got in the way. You know, oh, I have to go there. I'll think about that later. Oh, I have to do this. I'll think about that later. So what we want you to do today is use the movements and the sound as a way of buoying your own intentions. And
okay,
Lana's ready.
Almost. Okay, I just want to get my full body in here. We're going to do grab bag, and for the educators here, You could also use the same thing for express yourself. And this is called Money is Coming to Me. Can you see me, Denise, okay?
Yes, yes.
Money is coming to me. Uh-oh. the speaker.
While she's doing that, I'll tell you about the music we're using today. It's from two artists that are great friends of Ageless Grace and of Nia. Jana Stanfield, Jana Stanfield, no D, not Stanfield, but Stanfield, and Karen Drucker, just like trucker, but with a D, Drucker. And they both have their own websites, karendrucker.com and janastanfield.com. And we encourage you to go look at their music. I mean, we're only using 8 of their songs today, but they're both remarkable artists and they love Ageless Grace and Nia.
All right, so we're going to do dexterity of the fingers and the wrists. And the song is called Money is Coming to Me Easily. Yes. This is Karen Drucker. All right. We're going to go international here. And we're going to grab first some dollars. There's a Dollar Tree behind us. All right, we're going to grab some yen, some Japanese money. Let's get that Japanese money. Bring it into your heart. Maybe you want to go visit Japan. That might be something you manifest. Both hands. Bring them in. Palms up. All right, how about some Canadian money? There's some Canadian monies. People on the show. Bring it on. Bring it on. Money is coming to you easily and effortlessly. All right, palms down. Grab that money. Now we're going for the $20 bill, guys. Everybody needs money for all sorts of things. Grab, side. And it's 1 foot forward. Grab, just pick up the money. People are throwing their money away. And they want to pick it up. All right, we're also going to grab some good health. Grab some good health. Bring it into the area you need the good health. It could be your belly. It could be your heart. It could be your brain. Bring it in. Open, close your hands. Open, close your hands. Now there's really very treasure money. Gold doubloons. I want you to do it with your fingers. Middle finger and thumb. Your first 3 fingers. Gold doubloons. Oh boy. Did you find them? Did they find you? Middle finger, thumb, and ring finger. Get those gold doubloons. All right, your last 3 fingers with your thumb, middle ring, and pinky. First 3 fingers, last 3. Pick them up, pick them up. Pick them up, ching, ching. All right.
Ah, good job, Lily. Look what she manifested, just like that.
Yes. Okay. So Denise, I think you're on.
I am. So this is Team Fit that we're going to do. And I'm just going to step into this chair behind me by the fireplace over there. And we're going to do Team Fit to a song called Just Do It. And I think many of you know that the Nike swish and the Nike commercials are always showing people like running, climbing mountains, jumping over hurdles, doing all these things, and then it'll say, just do it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to just do it. What I'd like to read to you is a quote from Walt Disney. And it sounds simple, but who has manifested more of his imagination and his dreams and his vision in the world than Walt Disney, right? Think about it. I mean, he imagined all these cartoons. He imagined that they could be bigger and be movies. He imagined that he could have a whole, almost a city that would be all about the Disney characters and the Disney magic. And then he imagined that there could be two of them, one on each coast. And guess what? They're all there. They all exist. And this is what he said: the best way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. So that's what I'd like to point out about these this tool that we're going to do next, the Team Fit, is we talked about finding your purpose, creating your vision of what it is, crafting it that you want to manifest, but you also need to set goals. And ideally, you don't just say, oh, I'm going to write a book. You say, okay, by the end of the month, I'm going to have a draft written, or by the end of the book, I'm going to have the first chapter done by the end of the first month. Set small goals, like do bite-sized pieces, and set time frames for yourself. And that way you're sort of creating a step-by-step plan. You're not just going to zoom to, gee, there's a Disney World and a Disneyland and lots of Disney movies. You're going to say, what am I going to do first? And then what am I going to do next to build on that? And then what am I going to do next? So that's what we're going to do with Team Fit. Here we go. So this song is called Just Do It. Oops, I'm going to get my feet in there. I see that my feet, I didn't center it very well. There we go. And I don't know if you can see, this is Jax. This is the back end of my Jax, my Old English sheepdog. Here we go. Just do it. So what I want you to do is surf. One foot in front of the other, you're on a surfboard. You're riding the waves. So I don't know if you've ever surfed before, but the way to begin is to just do it. Now, when you get through surfing, you might only go 20 yards or less. And then guess what? You have to get on that surfboard and paddle back. Paddle back. Just breathe. Breathe and take. Breathe out fear. And the goal is to get back up on that surfboard and surf again. Here we go. Just do it. Come on, you can do it. Woo! Yeah. Come on, do it. I'm gonna give myself a gentle push. I'm gonna start. And when you fall off the surfboard, you're gonna roll with the waves. Roll. Go with the flow. Just trust myself. Trust my heart. And guess what? You get back on that surfboard and you paddle back out. And you say, well, that wasn't exactly how I visualized it, but maybe it will be this time. And then ride that surfboard. Just do it. 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 Woo! I'm gonna give myself a gentle push. I'm gonna start the day. Hey, yeah. Riding the waves. And sometimes you just get thrown off and you can't even roll with it. Whoa! And you might even be thinking, oh man, this is not going the way I planned. This is harder than I thought. Rise and shine, go for the dreams that are in my mind. Take one small step and not be afraid, 'cause the faith and love. And you know what? You get back on that surfboard and you paddle out. Just do it. Just do it. Don't talk about And sometimes you have to wait. Just sit in the water and tread water. I'm waiting for the wave. I'm waiting for the big opportunity. I'm going to be patient. And here it comes. Are you ready? Jump on that surfboard and start right away. It's done. It's done. Woohoo! Okay. Awesome. Now this next one that we're going to do, and I'm sure you know that you've all done that yourselves, where you're thinking, oh, I'm just going to do this. And then you find out, oh, it's harder than I thought. Oh, I'm going to have to stick with it. I'm going to have to try again. Oh, I'm going to have to keep my vision. I'm going to have to imagine. And sometimes you have to wait. Isn't that awful when you have to wait? But it's worth it. In the end, you get to ride the wave. So this next one is called Power Tools. And Power Tools, when we do it in our normal Ageless Grace classes, is anything that you can grab, push, pull, wield, push down, step on. You have to have a tool, something that you're going to actually squeeze your muscles around the bone while you imagine that it's happening. And so that's true of manifestation as well. We're talking about creating a step-by-step plan. Well, you need a tool. I mean, it could be as simple as a computer and typing something in every day, one paragraph about what you're doing and why you're doing it. It could be as simple as writing a word or two on your calendar every day. I was telling Lana last night that what I do is I do a meditation or a manifestation or affirmation in the morning, and then I type it into my smartphone on that day. And I have it in there from yesterday, and I have it in the next day, and I might even rewrite it just a little bit. But that way, every time I look at my phone to see what I'm going to do next, I see that affirmation that's reminding me of what I want to keep focused on, what I want to attract in my life. I bet every one of you has a smartphone, and I bet you look at it several times a day. So it's a great place to keep a reminder for yourself of what is the main thing. What's the main thing? My friend Howard Hanger used to say, keep the main thing the main thing. Power tools. This is called the prosperity chant. And of course, prosperity can be a lot of things besides just money. As Lana pointed out, it could be health. It could be signing autographs at your book signing. It could be holding hands with a new person that you found and you're in love with, right? It could be lots of those things. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little machete and we're going to hack and clear a path through the jungle. What do I want? What do I desire? She said, what do I want? What do I desire? We're cutting through it. Chop those branches, clear out the brush, that little machete. And then you're going to switch hands, and you're going to keep chopping, clearing the way. I can have it, I can have it, I deserve it, I deserve it. I claim it, it is mine. She's saying, I can have it, I deserve it, I claim it, it's mine. I am it, it is mine, it is mine. Now the path is rough. We're going to get out our lawnmower. We're going to push. It's an old-fashioned push lawnmower. Push it. One foot a little forward. Clearing the path, making it not so weedy, not so difficult to navigate. Now other foot, put it forward a little bit, push that mower on the path, clear it out. Now we're going to make this path really clear and soft so that you can walk on it. We're going to get out our rudder tiller. We're clearing this path through the jungle, through the trees, through the forest. Uh-oh. There's a fallen tree in our path. We're going to get out an axe. First on one side, then the other. We're going to not let that tree stop us. Use your axe. Chop right through that barrier, through that obstacle. And we're clear through to the other side. You can take. Yeah. So again, little analogy, little metaphor in our Ageless Grace, that sometimes we have to use tools to help us to get through, to navigate where it is we want to be. And those tools could be a lot of things. It could be a helpful person. It could be a book we need to read or a course we need to take. It could be literally setting aside some time for yourself. And that goes on your calendar too, because it's very easy to say, oh, I'm meeting this person at 11 and I'm having that meeting at 12 and I'm doing this at 2. Where are you in your calendar? Probably on your smartphone. Where are you? Are you in there? Are you saying, I'm going to work on manifesting and attracting what it is I want from 1 to 2 today, or from 7:30 in the morning to 8, or from 8 to 8:30. Maybe it's 15 minutes a day. Do you know how much power and energy you would create if you focused on what you really want to attract? 15 minutes a day. Wow. And Lana's going to tell you a little bit more about visualization and neural pathways.
So in exercise science, you all know that many, if not all, athletes and performers do what's called mental rehearsal, which is the same as visualization. So they all rehearse what they do so that they see it clearly and that they can visualize exactly what is happening with a baseball player's pitch. And he sees every movement, every single millimeter or micro movement, because that is telling the brain and sending messages to the brain, and the neural pathways are being created, and the neurotransmitters are acting overtime. And the research has also shown now that if you visualize something, no matter what it is, you're going to visualize manifesting that vision, that if you it can actually go up to 30% of,
That's okay. Happened? You're okay now. You froze for a second, but you're okay.
Oh, thank you. Up to 30% is, I think everybody's frozen there.
No.
Okay, up to 30% of your focus, attention, and concentration, it can be increased, as well as your motor function. So even if you're visualizing closing your eyes, and you want to play a violin, and you want to see how your hands and your fingers are working, we know today that you don't even have to do the movement, but it creates up to 30% improved focus, improved concentration, improved attention and attention span, and improved motor movement. But once you add the movement to it, it goes up to 45%. So it's 30% if you just close your eyes and you don't move, but it's up to 45% in improved motor movement. So people with strokes, for example, can sit and manifest and visualize without using the side that is implicated and doesn't work properly. And they can get the motor movement working. Physical therapists know this. And the sports world knows this, and the neurologists know this too. So that's what happens there. The thing I wanted to really share with you today is something that is very personal to me. And can you all hear me there? Am I on?
Yes.
Okay, because I don't see anybody moving.
We may be frozen on your screen, but we can hear
is that
you.
it? Okay, good. All right, you're frozen on my screen. So for years and years and years, when I was doing all the work that I'm doing, many people said to me, you need to make cassettes. You need to make cassette tapes of what you do. You need to make CDs. You need to be, more visible. And so after maybe 30 people told me this, I started thinking, well, maybe there's something in there for me. Maybe I should become more visible. So I used to manifest, and I used to close my eyes and just say, I want to be more global. I want to be more global. I want to be more visible. I want to be more global without understanding the process of manifesting. And I'm going to say last year, I have been manifesting that in 3D, three-dimensional, seeing exactly what it looks like, seeing the audience. So I'm using my vision. I'm using my 5 senses as I'm doing this. I'm using my vision. I'm hearing the applause. I'm smelling what's around me. I'm smelling all the smells of humanity. And I'm tasting the victory. I'm tasting the success of spreading my message to the world. And I'm feeling it in my skin, in my heart, in my organs. And guess what? In July, which was about 9 months after I started really getting into manifestation, and I'm going to go back a little bit. And Tracy, my daughter, knows this because she and I have been manifesting together. And that's powerful too. When you manifest, and you don't know what the other person's manifesting necessarily, but doing it in union is really powerful. But also, I discovered some years ago that the numbers 11 and 1111 were powerful spiritual numbers. So when 1111 comes on, usually I'm teaching at that time, and so is Tracy, but sometimes we'll give each other like a nod and a wink and just close our eyes for a moment to manifest, or 1111 at night, or just any numbers that are repeated. If it's 4:44 in the afternoon or 10:10 in the morning, any of those numbers that are repeated are when your angels are around you and are helping the process of this manifestation and of really getting what you want and what you deserve and what you feel in the 5 senses. So I highly encourage you, when you do that, and when you do that today with us later, that you really think about the 5 senses being activated, because you really want to see it, feel it, hear it, taste it, and smell it. And then it really becomes a real manifestation. So in July, I was invited to go on a global platform. And this was just like, what? That's crazy. My manifestation is starting to happen. I've been doing this for years and years and years. And all of a sudden, here it was. And as the universe will have it, my first show was today. My first television show was earlier today. And several of, yes, thank you so much. So I'm a show host and a channel director that just started. It's a beta launch. So it's not quite there yet, but it's there. And it's just going to grow in time. And I'm proud to say that Denise is also going to be on my channel, and she's going to do her own show. So I'm ecstatic about that. This only happened yesterday. It's so new. It's so exciting. But this came, honestly, I believe, from in my heart, that this came from being very single-minded about what I wanted for my future. And I'm going to be 75 in 2 months. And I can tell you that for this, I'm not playing the age card here. but I can tell you that it's an overwhelming idea for me that this is happening at this point in my life. And it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of sweat and blood, sweat, and tears. And I know that it is, but it's just, I wanted to share that with you because I'm so excited. This is such an exciting day for me. So excuse my discombobulation and excuse my internet going out with this big storm that we have here. But I'm just excited to share that with you. And I want to really tell you that a lot of it happened during 11/11. I'll also look at like the 11th of November, which is coming up soon. If you can do your visualization 11/11 on 11/11, it makes it even more powerful. And if you can activate your senses, that would, thank you, Linda. That would also be a great way to make it real, to make it happen, because that's what we want. The power of the mind, the power of the thought, and the power of intention is so strong in our world and in our universe. I can't stress it enough. So with all of that, I'm going to do my next tool, which is Front Row Orchestra with Jana Stanfield. And this is actually, I would say, the Aegis Grace anthem. Denise plays it all the time, and I learned it from her. It's in 7 languages. It's international. Our programs, hers and mine, down the road are going to be translated simultaneously with our words into 13 languages. I mean, it's just massive. It's going to be a massive thing, and it's very exciting. So, Front Row Orchestra, just to remind you, Denise was talking about Deutsch and about the power of visualization, that when you are actually seeing the orchestral parts, so that if you're playing a guitar and you see the 6 strings and you understand that there's a strumming or a plucking or a picky, 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 pick, or that when you're blowing a trumpet, that the trumpet has 3 valves only. The other hand is holding this heavy trumpet. When I started Aegis Grace, I'm doing this. And it's one of my students said, that's not how you play the trumpet. You know, you understand. So I thought, well, this is great. That's why we're educators. We help each other. We educate each other. It's 3 valves and held. And then, of course, we do everything ambidextrously because we have the 2 hemispheres that we need to try and balance and integrate. The other thing about it is this lights up so many parts of your brain, as many as anything that you do. And what Deutsch said was, the research has shown that it's almost the same, your brain lights up almost the same way when you're just pretending like an air guitar, but you see it and you visualize it and you see all the components as if you were playing the actual instrument. The other thing about this particular tool is there's a rule, and the rule is you have to tap the feet. You have to tap the feet to the beat. That is the rule. And why? Because in ancient times, when people were in caves, they found that our brain actually causes us, when we hear rhythm and we hear tempo and beat, to move, to tap our feet, to snap our fingers. And it's innate, it's visceral, it's all part of just being in that rhythmic mode. So it's really important to do that. Plus, it activates your timing circuits in your brain. Once it activates your timing circuits, it helps your gait. It helps your movement. So there's so many reasons to visualize you want your brain to recognize what you're doing, not just playing some kind of thing and making it repetitive, but you want it to be very distinct, as you do in the same way with your manifestation of your future. So we're going to do Front Row Orchestra, All the Good. Okay, see me okay?
Sing along, by the way. It's one,
yes.
it's
Vegas.
one phrase in English, and then they'll sing it in French and Spanish and Italian and all other languages, but just sing along. You're on mute. It's okay. Don't worry.
And it activates your vagus nerve when you sing. So that's an extra plus. Get the beat with your feet. You can snap.
Turn the music up, Lana. We can't hear it.
Down.
The music, we can't hear it.
You can't hear it? Let's get that guitar. See the 6 strings. Play that guitar, just strum it. Switch sides. All the good that the world needs.
But the world needs all the good that I can do.
Switch. That's English. Double bass.
All the good that the world
You're gonna look cool.
But the world needs all the good that I can do.
Switch.
And I do all the
Let's
good.
grab those drumsticks. How many drums
Needs,
are on your drumsticks?
but the world
See them.
needs all the good
Feel them.
that I can do.
Are you tapping your feet? Piano.
All the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good I can do. Do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good I can do.
Play the triangle. I think this is Japanese. Switch. Triangle.
And I do all the good that the world
Hebrew. Let's get that washboard.
that I can do.
Oh, that's Arabic. Let's play those spoons. This is Hebrew. Switch. Let's play those tom-toms.
Lana froze. It's okay. Keep playing your tom-toms. And the words are, I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. There she is.
How many tom-toms do you have in your tom-tom set? Let's play the harmonica. Breathe in, breathe out to get the sound. Switch hands. Trumpet. Switch. Bongos. 2 each side I have.
Yeah.
So
Love that song.
Yeah, I love that song too. It's an amazing song. Wow. And I believe she wrote it. So it's fantastic. And she sings in 7 languages. And what a message. And we're here to do good. And one of the things I love about this show is it's going to go to women around the world. And the idea of it is that women who are not as privileged as some of us are going to be able to do things that they never did before because they're going to be exposed to all these programs. And so that is doing good. And I'm so proud to be involved with that. So the next tool is going to be Dive In. One of my favorite tools. Actually, they're all my favorites, truthfully. I mean, I can't honestly say that they're not. But I love the idea of diving into something new and diving into the world of abundance. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And so, you know, you can teach an old dog new tricks. And we are learning that. And I'm learning it the hard way with this technology that is, you know, so challenging. But it's a virtual world now. So we need to learn and learn something new and dive in, because otherwise we're going to be left behind, truthfully. And we want to be able to really embrace challenge in the way that we are all challenged now. This is a very challenging world that we live in. So it's time to dive in, to embrace these new things that are going to be frustrating perhaps at first, but it's to go with the flow, as Denise said earlier. We want to be in the flow. We want to be in the zone, so that, I nearly said in the Zoom, in the zone where we are, you know, comfortable, even if we're uncomfortable. And that's kind of how I see it. So Dive In is an upper body strength tool where we really want to, for me, and I don't know if you agree, Denise, as this is your work, but I always see Dive In as visualizing the water and the resistance of the water. So it's not just a flop, but it's a feel of real power and strength in your muscles, in your joints, and in your fingers. When you feel like you're swimming, you feel like you're diving into the water, but also diving into new things, diving into abundance, diving into new projects, diving into new loves, diving into a new country that you might want to go and visit, or a new state that you might want to go and see. Whatever it is, it's exciting, it's thrilling, it's inviting, it opens up your heart, it opens up your mind, it opens up your visual sensibilities and your visualization. So this is something that I think I'd like to take you. I lived in Tracy and I think she's off the Zoom. She's giving me a chance to have this, you know, not have interfere with the other side. But we both lived in the Bahamas for a year. So I invite you to come with us to the beautiful azure water of the Bahamas. And you know, Bahamas is in the Bermuda Triangle. So it's a kind of a very mysterious thing. And I want you, as we do it, just in case you don't hear me when we're doing it, when you're going to go underwater, to find a treasure. And in that treasure, that buried treasure, because many, many, many shipwrecks were in the Bahamas. I mean, you know, hundreds. And I've done deep dives in the Bahamas and seen some of those shipwrecks. And they had lots of gold doubloons, which we already grabbed. But we're going to find, what I want you to do is, when you open the treasure chest, when you have your goggles on, or your mask and your scuba diving gear and everything that you're going to put on now, getting ready virtually and visually, then your visualization, I want you to find when you open that treasure, that one thing that you had in the triangle, that one thing that you're really going to spend time, effort, and energy to visualize and manifest in your life, whether it's a health or wealth or abundance or mate, whatever it is. I want you to see that word underwater as you open that. When I tell you to open that treasure chest, open it and see the letters and see it bright. The letters can be in whatever color you visualize, whatever shape. It could be in cursive, it could be in block letters, whatever it is. And we're going to do the song called Happy, Healthy, and Wealthy. Let's start it, guys. Water. You got all your gear on. Switch legs.
I am healthy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Let's go swimming. Look around you at the coral reefs. Look around you. Push through the water, resist. You're looking for your treasure. One at a time. Same side. Opposite side. Together. Now we're going to go down. Get ready. Dive in and swim. Looking for your treasure chest. Did you find it? I didn't find mine yet. Look around. Swim around. Maybe we need to put our arms this way to find it. Oh, there's a little current now. Oh, I found mine. Did you find yours? Now it's time. Get there. Pull that treasure chest open. Oh my gosh, there's my word. I'm so happy. Is it on a board? Is it on a plate? Or how is it presenting to you? Bring it in. Put it in your basket. Put it in your mind. As we're going to go backwards. Backstroke. Oh, I'm so happy I found my word, my treasure. Side stroke. Switch. The power is infinite. Love will side to side. I am healthy, and wise. Butterfly. The dolphins are dancing for us. The stingrays are dancing for us. The whales, there's no whales there. We're going to pretend. Shooting. The little guppies, the little fish are happy for us because we're going to be wealthy and happy and wise. One at a time. Oh, I am happy, healthy, and wise. Woo! Yes.
Awesome. 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 Well, this next tool and this next song that we're going to use is really fun. It's a song by Karen Drucker, and it's called My Money is Like a Bunny. So we're going to do zoology to this. And before we actually go into the movement that we're going to do, I want to remind you that what we've been doing is really step number 5 in our list that we sent you, and we will send you another list. I'm going to show it to you at the end, is that programming your mind for success. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're programming our mind, our mental well-being, practicing affirmations, seeing things, visualizing it, making it as real as possible so that it is manifest in the world. And I want to point out that when you tell another person, when you write it in a journal, when you type it into your phone or onto your computer, you are literally taking your thoughts, your ideas, your dreams, and you're making them manifest. They are real. If you write them down on a piece of paper, there they are. They're really there. If you tell someone else about it, those words are out there. They're out there, and they're in that other person's mind, right? When you type it into your phone or you put it in your journal, they're real. Those words exist. So actually taking it out of your mind, out of your imagination, and making it manifest in a solid state somewhere is very key and important to actually making it happen in your life. And then you have to support what you're doing. And the way you do that is by creating positive habits. And that's what I talked about before. I said, oh, maybe you type it in every day on your cell phone, each day. That's a habit, right? To get yourself into the idea that I'm going to type in what it is I'm attracting every day into my phone. Or maybe you say, I'm going to write for 5 minutes every night before I go to sleep. And that 5 minutes is going to be about what I am attracting and manifesting in my life. So adding that positive habit that causes you to maintain and sustain what it is that you're wanting to manifest and create in your life are very important to making it a reality. Lana pointed out in her story that she was saying the words out loud for years and years and years. But until she started tasting it, touching it, smelling it, telling other people about it, making it real, bingo. Now it's going to start to happen because she was making it real. So a little lightheartedness as we do. My money is like a bunny. And by the way, every time it says money in any of these songs, it means replace that word money with whatever it is you are attracting into your life. My honey is like a bunny. My book is like a bunny. My whatever it is, replace that with that. And of course, money usually makes things happen. And of course, money often comes to us once we have success at something. We don't usually just publish a book, somebody buys it, you know. So money is part of it, but it's a symbol for what it is we are desiring to create and have real in our lives. So here comes my money is like a bunny. Are you ready for this one? Karen Drucker. So I'm gonna start off. With the flow. I want you to put your legs wide like this with your 2 legs here. And I want you to imagine that your back feet that are tapping are big and long like a bunny's foot, right? And you're going to do a little hop. It goes forth and multiply. Send it out and let it go. It comes back to me in time. My joy is overflowing. I know God is my source. My money is like money. It goes forth and multiplies. It says my money goes forth like a bunny and multiplies. Are you ready to hop? So in addition to those 2 big back legs, bunnies also have a little round cocktail. So wiggle that cocktail. I know God is my source. My money's like a bunny. It goes forth and multiplies. Wiggle that tail. Now the other feature that bunnies have, besides big back feet and a funny tail, they have big ears. And they can put one forward and one back. wiggle them. They can lay them back behind their ears, and that's usually when you better watch out, right? And they have these two big front teeth, and they love carrots.
You can't take it with you when you go. No, so I'm gonna just enjoy myself. Go with the flow.
Now really hot, big. Woo! Now bunnies also dive. They dive down into their burrows. Are you ready? Woo! And then they scurry through the tunnels. And then they come up out of the other side. Are you ready to dive into the burrow? Go down deep, run, scurry through the tunnels, and come up the other side, and hop.
My money is like a bunny that goes forth and multiplies.
My money's like a bunny, goes forth and multiplies.
Let it go, comes back to me in time.
Look at that tail.
God is my source. My money,
And bunnies have big whiskers.
my money, like a bunny,
And they can wiggle them.
my money's like
Like a bunny, it goes forth and multiplies.
money going forward.
And they can leap big leaps, big hops.
Can't take it when you go. Here comes Peter Cottontail.
It sounds Peter Cottontail hopping down the bunny trail.
I got money.
And sometimes they scratch.
I got money.
I got money.
Everything comes back to you. Everything you get money. Prosperity.
And then they wiggle their little noses.
Then they jump over my fence and they eat all my flowers.
They do. And they eat the lettuce out of your garden and the carrots, but they're so cute. All right. So one of the things that's part of manifestation is taking action, creating action steps. And we mentioned that before, creating step-by-steps, taking little bites, little steps, but start acting at a certain point in time. Like you're going to make some plans maybe in week 3 or week 4 of your law of attraction plan, but start taking actions. You can make them small. They don't have to be big things. If there was someone you wanted to call, or if there were, let's say you wanted to call 50 people about what it is you wanted to do. Well, you don't have to call 50 people. You have to call one, maybe one a day for 50 days, maybe 2 a day for 25 days. So create action steps that you can actually do. Even if you're thinking, well, this might not happen for 2 years, so what? Start to make it real by taking those action steps. And that's what she was saying. My money's like a bunny. It goes forth and it multiplies. And that's your dreams. That's your plan. That's your desire. That's your what it is you want and what you're going to manifest. It goes forth and multiply. So you are the one who's going to have to take it forth. Right now, it's an idea in here. It's a passion in here. It's a gut feeling, but you're the one who has to take it forth and make it happen. So we're going to start to do that a little bit by spelling with our bodies. We're going to do a little spelling bee, and this is called Gifts of the Goddess. So guess what word we're going to spell? We're going to spell the word
Manifest.
action, A-C-T-I-O-N. We got to put legs on our prayers, right?
I didn't get. Could you try again?
My little iPad just said to me, I didn't get that. Could you try again? So here we go. The name of this song that I'm going to play, I said Gifts of the Goddess, but I switched it up the last minute. And I'm doing something called, from Janice Stanfield, called I Am Open to Receive. Because that's another thing. Not only do you have to believe it, think it, live it, taste it, smell it, you have to be open to receive.
It's frozen. Okay, it's frozen.
I'm frozen?
No, I see you.
It
Oh,
unfroze. Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Hear you.
Open to receive. And we're going to spell the word action first. And I want you to write the whole word in cursive with both hands. A-C-T-I-O-N. I love this word because you have to cross the T and dot the I. Again, A-C-T-I-O-N. Cross the T, dot the I. Last time. A-C-T-I-O-N. Cross the T, dot the I. Now I want you to write the word open with your leg. O-P-N. I'm open to receive. O, lowercase cursive. O-P-E-N. O-P. I'm open to receive. O-P-E-N. And then this foot open. O-P-E-N. I am opening myself to receive. Open. I am opening myself to believe. Now write believe with your nose, lowercase cursive. B-E-L-I-E. B-E. And dot your I. B-E-L-I-E. I'm opening myself to believe. One last time, write believe. Now with your belly button, write the word receive. R-E-C-E-I-V-E. Receive. Dot your I. R-E-C-E-I-C-E. I am opening myself to believe and receive that everything I want and everything I need, all of this and more, are waiting patiently for me to believe and to be open to receive. Now write the word receive in block letters from the top to the bottom. R-E-C-E-I-V-E. R-E-C-E-I-V-E. Write the word open with your elbow. Open. I'm open to receive. Open. Open. Right, open with this elbow. I'm open to receive. One more time, right open. Now write receive with your back like you're writing on the wall behind you. Receive, lowercase cursive. R-E-C-E-I-V-E. Dot it. Dot your I. Receive. Everything I want. Everything I need. All of this and more are waiting patiently for me
to be open to receive. Now with just these two fingers, right, believe. B-E-L-I-E-V-E. And dot your eye. Beautiful song and powerful. All I want, all I need are waiting patiently for me to be open to believe and to receive. Pretty amazing, huh? And Lana's going to talk to you about creating vision board. Okay. So, did you all bring your materials to do the vision board? So, I want to show you what I created in a hurry. Oops. It's not a big one, but I'll read you some of the things, and then while I'm talking, I want you to start yours. If you can start yours now, I don't know if you're going to glue it or put the Scotch tape in the back of it, or what kind of material that you have, because you might have, you know, a cardboard. And even if you don't have it with you now, you can always do this afterwards, because you're going to get the recording and you'll be able to do it. But I just have these little pins, and this is cork. So I stick it in there, and you can see I've got a lot of fake $1 million bills. And I have affirmations like breathe freely. I have I have if you build it. I have being of power and strong is beautiful. Hydration. Think positively. Doing it naturally. Eating wisely. Is your cholesterol a goal? 10 minutes. I have 10 minutes, because sometimes even on my days off, which are few and far between, I know I need to do my 10 minutes at least. So this reminds me, inspiration, education, motivation, and active aging. So those are some of the ones. I have other vision boards, and then I just have some jewelry here hanging, some silver jewelry, which is just all sentimental. This one's got elephants on it. So I want to go back to India sometime, and hopefully we'll be doing that. I'm thinking positively. That's one of my affirmations. And I have things like hidden behind here that I can't tell you. And I've got one, oh yes, I can. And I love that, because that's such a positive affirmation. Sometimes we tell ourselves, like Denise said, you can't do this, or you can't do that, or this is not going to happen for you. I have one here, beautiful discovery, because life to me is a beautiful discovery from moment to moment, from day to day. Denise. I made little vision boards too, and I just took pictures out of a magazine, and I took a little piece of cardboard, like you might find, I don't know, stuffed down in a half of a side cardboard that would be inside of a photograph folder or something. And I took that cardboard and I made two vision boards, one on this side and one on this side. And I took pictures of, I don't know, celebration and positivity. So this one is a balloon, a hot air balloon taking off. And there's a beautiful Luna moth flying with light. And there's beautiful trees, and it's just a gorgeous scene. And the words are, and I cut them out of several different places. I don't think you can see them, but it says, prosperity of every kind is drawn to me.
And then on this side, and I just did a glue stick, like a kid's glue stick that you get at the Dollar Tree, and just quick put it on the back of the pictures I cut out. This one is beautiful mountains, but at the top and all around the side are fireworks, celebration that what I'm manifesting is complete. And I also put a beautiful, like a cathedral out in the middle of the forest and the trees. And I put hands like this, holding my heart. And the words are, I can't believe I found this. I mean, I found it in a magazine. I have the power to create all that I wish with my mind and my thoughts. Simple. And I move it around. I don't know about you, but I start to get into, I go blind. I put it someplace, and after 3 or 4 days or a week or whatever, I don't even notice it's there anymore. So I move it. I notice it and I go, oh yeah, I'm going to put this on my bathroom sink. I'm not watching it anymore. I'm not seeing it anymore. I'm going to move it and put it in my kitchen. I'm going to move it and I'm going to put it by my nightstand. So move it around once you create it. And it doesn't have to be big. This is just little.
Move it to where you can see it so that you can activate it and actualize it. That's the point. Don't hide it away in a closet, because these vision boards, I know so many people who have made successful lives or lives that they have dreamed of because of vision boards and manifestation. And you just need to you see the law of attraction to see what these people have achieved, and their desires and their manifestations have come true. So I know when I spoke to Lily, she said that she had several vision boards around her house, and she had just made one. Can you show us yours? She just made one.
Oh, nice.
Whoa, that's a gorgeous one. A lot of different messages there.
Beautiful.
Lily, will you give us 3 of your messages from there? Will you read us 3 things that are of the highest importance for you, and which one are you going to, or you don't need to tell us, but have you chosen one that you're really going to focus on now, because that's important?
Unmute yourself, Lily.
Yeah. Okay. So it says the adventure begins. It's and I love that. And adventure time. Relax and be happy. Beauty and beyond.
One more.
Everything that has a beginning has an end. Make your peace with that and all will be well.
That's a good one. I like that.
I'm going to show you the other one too.
So
very good.
Would someone else like to share what they would, either their vision board or what they would like to manifest, and maybe we can like help you with a group thing?
That's pretty too.
Oh,
that's another pretty one
nice.
Lily has.
I love that. Oh, she's got some major vision boards there. So are you still making
Linda?
Made yours?
Linda has hers.
Oh, Linda, nice.
Nice.
I like the yellow paper. That's very cheerful. I don't see what you have on there, but it doesn't matter. That's your board. So, Denise, it's about time, the time has come. What I would like to end with, if that's okay with you, continue with your board whenever you can. I'm sorry, that it's been a little crunched because of some glitches and what have you, but I have a singing bowl here that is vibration, and I actually have a few. So I'm going to do a short meditation with a manifestation meditation. And I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and remember that one thing that you saw in the triangle. And I'm going to ask you, while I do some of the singing bowl, the vibrational sound, to breathe it in, first of all. Really breathe in the sound, the vibration, and then continue to see. Continue to see the vision of your dream, your manifestation, that which you want and need and desire in your life. Connect to your 5 senses, your hearing, connect to seeing it, your sight. See where it is, see the environment, smell it. Maybe it's at the beach and you're smelling salt water. Maybe you're seeing seagulls or turtles. Maybe you're seeing an auditorium. Taste it. It might be in a restaurant in Italy or somewhere where you're tasting the environment. Feel it in your skin. Perhaps the wind or the rustling of the trees that you can hear and are affecting your breathing and your skin as well. See that one thing in its majesty or words. And once again, breathe it in. Your heart, your brain, and as you see the word, let that word get even larger, larger than life, so that you see it like at a huge screen or in the sky or in the ocean, wherever it works for you. And allow yourself to absorb it completely so that it becomes you. You manifesting becomes you, becomes your destiny and what you want it to be for you in your future, in your life. Take a last deep breath in and slowly exhale. And then taking your time when you are ready, allow yourself to open your eyes, wiggling your fingers and your toes, bringing movement back to your body. And I saw Denise crossing her heart. Allow yourself to cross your heart. Allow yourself once more to see the triangle. Close your eyes. And then slowly expand it so that it really expands in your world. And then bring it into your heart, bring it into your brain, and bring it into your soul. So we thank you so much for sharing this with us today. Denise, thank you for sharing this.
Thank you all for being here and joining us. And thank you to those who will be watching the recording later. And we will be sending the recorded link to all of you so that if you want to review something or do something, the idea of the vision board, as we said, was to just get you started, or maybe you started before we came together today, but you can complete that and you don't have to make a huge project out of it. Just make it real, make it manifest. So the last thing on our list of the law of attraction is learn to let go. If you cling too tightly to what you want to manifest, you're going to generate anxiety in yourself, and you need to be relaxed and confident and sure that you can create this. You need to work on believing that you will get the thing that you want. And Lana and I both wish that you do.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. I know there's a lot of chats going on and I haven't checked the chats. From Elaine, from Karen Carlson. Thank you, Karen. Oh, you're inspired. I like to see that.
Oh, cool. Janie said she had to leave for an outdoor Rocktober jam. I like that.
Oh.
And Janie's son's birthday, by the way, she typed that in,
Wow.
is 11/11/77. I'd say he was born under a magic star.
That's for sure. Wow, that's nice. And Linda, great. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
Thank you all. See you next time.
Thank you so much. It was great.
Good, Phyllis. Thank you. Bye, Lily.
Bye, honey.
Bye, Lillian. Bye, Linda. The other Karen.